Okay, thank you guys so much for hopping on tonight. I had come to a heartfelt moment this morning about, or not this morning, but this weekend about something I want to talk to you guys about. And I don't know if it's because Summit's coming up or like so many different things are happening with my coaches personally or just people other coaches in general. But I thought this was the perfect opportunity to talk about something. And I want to apologize to those of you who've never been on a Zoom with me before that I do tend to get a little emotional. So I'm apologizing beforehand. Uh, but that doesn't mean I'm not a good speaker because I promise I'm really working on that. So the one thing that I really wanted to relate to you guys is this is your business. Your business. You all signed up for something, regardless of what it was. Oh, by the way, if you guys have crazy background noise like barking dogs or screaming children or husbands that fart or burp or something, you could mute yourself. But okay, so this is your business, right? And when I started this business, I wanted something that made me feel like I had a purpose in my life, like made me feel complete. Like, yes, I was a mom. Yes, I was a wife at the time, but there was a missing link in my life. I didn't feel the need to do something that was going to make me feel complete. And when Beachbody came into my life, I didn't know if I was going to be good at it. I didn't know if it was going to work out for me. But I knew I found something finally that I was willing to give 110% of my everything to. And I didn't wait for someone to hold my hand to go after the things I wanted. I didn't stick around and think of, I'll just sit here and hope people come to me and see how that works. At first I was very scared and I did not have the right mindset and I was afraid to share pictures and I was afraid of what people would think of me because I was still at 200 pounds and I was at that mindset like no one's gonna want me to be their coach, no one's gonna trust me or believe in me. And the day I posted my first transformation photos, my day 1 and day 30 of Turbo Fire, like it was freedom, like leaving me. Like this is me putting myself out there, showing me where I've been, showing where I'm at right now. And that's when people started to come around. And that's when I started to believe in myself and to keep moving forward. And, like at first, when I first started growing my team, you guys, we didn't have this great damn phone. We didn't have this great Misfit Republic website that you guys can get amazing trainings from, or these coach trainings that your uplines put you in now. Like back then, like I kind of did all the training by myself. And, you can ask my coaches from a long time ago, like Pam and Cindy and Shantae, like my trainings compared to now, they're like, whoa, like times have changed, girlfriend, because they have. And, like back then I used to post like help wanted signs, like, hey, you want to earn $300 to $500 a week? Join me. Yay. It's going to be fun. And like, would you ever see me or any of you posting that now? I really hope not. I'm going to shake my finger at you if you do. But times have changed and we've grown and we've developed. And this is the part where I want to make sure that you guys understand this. You guys are either letting someone else guide your life or you're guiding your life for you. And if those are the only two choices that you have, which one do you actually want? Do you want someone that you have to be at their beck and call if you want to go on vacation with your family, or if you feel like you deserve more financial stability? Like, do you feel like you deserve a raise? Do you feel like you have to argue over that? Do you feel like you have to argue with your boss to take time off if you have a sick child? Do you feel comfortable going to your boss if you have something coming up and you need to take off or whatever? Like, whatever reason you guys signed up as a coach, everyone signs up differently or for different reasons. But the honest thing that we all want out of this is freedom, whether it's financial freedom or time freedom or whatever it is. We want something where we feel like our reality is a dream, basically, right? Because I don't know about you guys, all my life I felt like, oh, I want to do this and I want to do that, and but it's so far away from my life right now, like I could never imagine. Do you guys know? Do you guys know what it's like to sit there and watch all your friends do all these fun things, or buy new cars, or even be able to afford groceries without your debit cards declining, and like you being afraid to open up to them and say like, oh, well, I can't do that because I'm over my head in debt, or I don't have any money, or I can't even live paycheck to paycheck because times are so tough. And then fast forward 3 years, and like you get to spend money on like trips and vacations, and you get to take your son to the Lego store all the time. I mean, like, just doing, oh my God, my phone's going crazy, I'm sorry. But just by doing things little by little and not waiting for someone to come and pull you along, and taking your life into your own hands could help you guys live the unimaginable. And I promise you guys this. And I know there's so many coaches on here that are brand new, and there's some that are seasoned coaches. I was going to say so old, but that would be very horrible to say. There's Cindy, I wasn't calling on you, okay? Just because you just turned 39.
Just because I'm seasoned and probably the oldest person on this call, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, Kim's older than me. Yes. Kim's older than me. Ha.
No, darling, I'm 47.
You're not 47?
I'm 47. Yeah.
Wait, who's 47?
No,
Who?
she's 37.
Me.
Who am I seeing? I can't see. Who's talking? There's too many people on here. I don't even know who's talking.
It's Lori.
No, I'm the old part here, darling. It's okay.
Yes, I'm no longer the oldest coach on our team.
And you all look like you're in your 20s because you drink Shakeology, let's be honest.
It's reverse aging.
It's reverse aging, that's right. So I want to share a little story about one of my coaches who I don't think is on tonight. Blair Dreesen, you guys know Blair, and she's a 2-star diamond coach, and she signed up as a coach, and at the time she signed up, she was borrowing money from her parents to help pay bills, to help buy her son's diapers, to help pay groceries. Like, I remember talking to Blair over and over, crying, and how overwhelmed she was with being in debt. And it sucked. And she would get going, her mojo would get going, and then a bill would come in, or overdraft, or something where, you know, we all get in that funk where something devastating happens in our life and our mindset goes AWOL, and it's hard to get your mojo back up. And I remember having phone calls with Blair about like turning your mindset around, and, you know, but the one thing Blair never did was let matters go into someone else's hands. She always took charge. And I don't know if you guys seen the post that she just posted recently, that she had an over $3,000 a week paycheck. She's been coaching for almost 3 years, you guys. So from going from not even making enough to having to borrow money from people to making $3,000 a week, because you chose to take your life into your own hands, your business into your own hands, and not sticking around and waiting for someone either to guide you, or not waiting for someone to tag you in posts, or to micromanage you and say, are you going to get on? Are you going to do this? Did you do this? You do it yourself. You guys, your coach, if it's, I'm your coach, Michelle's your coach, Cindy's your coach, who's ever your coach, no one asked you to join their team if they did not believe in you. I can guarantee you that. But the thing is, you need to believe in yourself enough to take your business into your own hands, because only you are going to be the person that helps you to get to where you want to be. We can offer you, I don't know why Carla's laughing over here. I didn't know I was being funny and cracking jokes. Jeez Louise. Oh, Brandon. Oh, she's got a creepy husband. Photobombing. But we can only offer you guys the best of the training, the best of the motivation, weekly Zooms, what have you, silver platter, everything delivered, diamond coated. I don't care what it is, but it's up to you to what you do with it and where you go with it. Because I know, like, and I'm one, and I want Cindy to speak on this too, but I'm one where, you know, I've been in like Christine Dwyer's like Shake the Rank or group, or, you know, other big building rank groups. And, you know, I go half-ass because either my mindset's not there or I'm working on something else or whatever. And then I step back and I'm like, well, why did I want to get in this group? What was it about this that made me say, okay, I'm signing up. I'm ready to go all in. Why am I half-assing it? Do I want to half-ass my way to my goals and my dreams? Do I want to pay off this house and move somewhere nicer? Yeah. Do I want to provide my son the best life ever? Yeah. So why am I half-assing what I'm doing? You know, some of you guys have full-time jobs. Some of you guys have part-time jobs where Beachbody isn't your only income. But some of you, Beachbody is your only income. So what's going to happen? Are you going to let that get taken away from you? Are you going to grab it by its balls and run with it? So, Cindy, I cannot look at you when I'm talking because your facial expressions. Are you going to? What I'm saying is, okay, before I keep going, I want Cindy to speak on this because Cindy is a great example of what I'm talking about tonight. And I talked to her about it this morning and she asked me if she could speak. So just so you guys all know, I'm not calling her out here like, this girl, she ain't doing shit. Oh, anyways, I'll let her talk.
Okay. You let me know. I can talk now. Well, like when you were talking earlier about it, like, you know, I mean, for those of you guys that are new and don't know me, so I'm one of Vicky's coaches. I'm one of her diamond coaches. And I've actually been coaching for, it was just 3 years on July 4th, 5th, 3rd day after my birthday. I bought my challenge pack for my birthday. So it's just 3 years, but like I've always loved Beachbody even before I was a coach. And I joined as a coach with the intentions of helping other people and paying it forward. But I never really, I never did anything with it for like 2 years. I never worked the business. I was definitely like a hobby coach. Someone would come to me, I'd get a wild hair up my butt and want to do a challenge group. And, you know, I'd randomly make Success Club because I just decided to, you know, I mean, and it was like, you know, I went through Smart Success with Shalene Johnson, you know, and for those of you that don't know, my career is an accountant. I think of it as my side job now. That's why I'm like, that crappy job that I hate. I'm an accountant. I own my own accounting business and I've been an accountant for almost 16 years. And I did that, you know, Smart Success, and I hated it. And it made me realize that I hate accounting. And it's like, it had you talk about all these things that would fulfill you and make you feel good. And it was like, accounting was literally sucking the soul out of me. And Beachbody was literally enriching everything about my life and was the vehicle to do that. And, you know, for 2 years, I was in every single Push to Emerald group. I was in every single Push to Diamond group. I was in every single Star Diamond in 60 days group. And I never did shit. Vicky would message me, why aren't you posting your drill down? I'll get to it. I'll get to it. No, it's because I wasn't doing it. That's basically the answer, right? Which is okay. Like, but if you really want it, you got to show up. And that was like, it is all about mindset. And it's about, you know, it's about not working we put in all these hours for other people and to help other people design their lives and their dream lives. And it's like, that's one thing I was thinking about earlier after I talked to you, Vicky, was that it's like, you know, this business, the easiest part about this business is the hardest part, right? The easiest part about this business is that it's you. You are the one that's directing it. It's your work, your flexibility, your schedule, but that's also the hardest part because you have to actually be self-disciplined to do it. And the work that actually takes to get us where we want to be in our businesses, it doesn't feel like work, right? It doesn't feel, because, you know, when you go to someone else's work and someone else's business to work for someone else, it's like most of the time it's going to be a drag, right? You're going to be doing things you don't want to do that don't necessarily fulfill you. I mean, some of you are lucky that you actually have fulfilling careers that you love, like teachers and stuff like that, but it's still stressful. You know, it stresses you to the max. And then you come home and you want to work your Beachbody business. And here you are, you're literally working for every single one of your dreams, but we don't put that effort in for ourselves. And it's like, that's where I think that the true mindset comes in. You know, I mean, it was like, that was what it was for me. It was hearing Vicki go over and over again to me, you got to change your mindset. Because I decided I wanted to work my business. And then I was really angry and bitter because like all these other coaches were surpassing me. All these other coaches were advancing to diamond, and I felt like I couldn't do it. And she just said, change your mindset, change your mindset, change your mindset, change your mindset. I mean, it was like, really? You. I mean, that's really how I felt. Like, it is. Like, seriously. I mean,
you would never say that to my face, by the way.
Yeah, I did. I think I did say it to you multiple times to your face, right? And you know, like with tears like running down my face and stuff like that, you know. And then all of a sudden, so I like dove into personal development, and I literally, this is why I tell my coaches all the time, or even I'm going to call out my success partner who's on here today, Michelle. I could tell by her voice over the text that she had not done her personal development, and I was like, have you done your PD? And she's like, not for 3 days. And I'm like, see, you can totally tell. So it's like, if I can tell that when talking to another human, not about the business, like, you know, it's going to change everything about what you talk about. And, you know, and that's the only thing, is change that mindset about your value and being worth it. Like your dreams being worth it for you, right? This business does not take, you know, we go to work for 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours for other people to help other people build their dreams. Like you can build your dream life in 1 hour a day, right. 1 hour of focus time in this day. And, you know, just sitting on that Zoom I was on with Vicki and you know, her contact from Beachbody, hearing someone else validate that the top coaches in this company only work 4 to 6 hours a day. That's crazy. For themselves, whenever they want to, wherever they want to, any place in the world where there's Wi-Fi. If there's not Wi-Fi, they buy a hotspot. You could be an Eskimo in an igloo with a hotspot and build your business with Beachbody. Like that's like how amazing this is, you know? And I'll tell you, I was starting to tear up with you when you were talking about not having to work for someone else or not having to ask for time off, because oh shit. Now I'm going to start crying. Oh shit, I'm totally gonna start crying. I'm gonna make a post about this tomorrow, but like tomorrow, you know, we leave for Nashville, my husband and I, and this is the very first vacation we've ever had together. Like we didn't even go on a honeymoon. We've never been away from our kids. And that in itself is pretty rad. But, you know, for those of you that don't know, like I was able to retire my husband earlier this year because of Beachbody. And he was in a super stressful like career as a chemical dependency counselor where it was like, it took everything out of him and he had nothing left to give to our family and was gone every single night. And like, I was driving home today and I was realizing that like, we didn't have to ask anyone for time off to go to Nashville. Like, because I'm self-employed, you know, I own 2 businesses and you know, he's helping me with Beachbody and we're home. It was like, we don't have to ask anyone. We're just going because it's there because we want to go. And that was like a crazy feeling to be able to say that, like, you know, and to know that like, that's just the beginning of where we are with that. And like, it's going to continue to grow and build. And that was just, I don't know, like that's freaking amazing. I mean, that is really designing your life, you know? So whatever, now that I'm crying, sorry.
Thank you.
There you go. But my point is though, is that, you know, I mean, there was nothing, I know where people are at though with like mindset, because there was nothing Vicki could ever have done or said or dragged me or pushed me to actually complete the steps that need to be completed for any of the groups that I ever joined in 2 years. And, you know, I'm just so grateful that she never gave up on me and never, you know, it was always friendship first. And that's how I treat my coaches too. It's always friendship first and I will always be there for them. And just like you have been there for me and you just, everyone has to come into this at their own time, but like, no one's going to do it for you. Like Vicki can't make Success Club for you. You know, I can't make Success Club for you. You know, it's your business. You can design it however you want to. I'm done. Before I start crying more.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, Cindy is so right about the mindset. And, you know, one of the things that I used to do, or a bunch of us used to do in my leaders group, is we would post our daily goals and we would post affirmations. Now, I'm sure some of you guys remember this. And it worked wonders, guys, because how many times a day do you go through the day and you're like, I'm not good enough, or I suck at this, or I'm horrible, or I'm too this, or I'm too that, or like we constantly say negative things about ourselves, right? And when we do, no matter what it is, we start believing it, even if it's so far from the truth. Like I tell you, if I said I have brown hair all day, I would probably start believing it. Like I'm not going to say what I really say, but you know, like the things that you tell yourself on a constant basis is what you actually start believing. So if you're telling yourself negative things on a daily, then you're going to start acting that way. Like if you're telling yourself you're not good enough, or you don't deserve to be a coach, or no one is ever going to listen to you, then when you're talking and when you're reaching out and when you're posting, people are going to feel that way because you're believing it in yourself. But how about you change that? How would you want people to look at you? Like honestly. The other day, I think it was yesterday, I made a post in my personally sponsored group and I asked everyone, like, be honest with yourself. And I want you guys to really think about this, whether you saw the post or not. Be honest with yourself. And where are you at in this business? I'm not talking about rank or income, but I'm talking about with your heart. Like when you signed up, you signed on with full heart. You signed on with full force, this fire in your belly. Do you still have that fire? Because if not, you have to figure out why. Do you want that fire again? Or is this going to be a hobby? Or do you just want to be a discount? Or what have you? But in all honesty, guys, no one's going to judge you. You know, I have so many coaches that say, I'm sorry, but I didn't do this or I didn't do that. Don't be sorry to me. It's not my business. It's your business. I love each and every one of you, and I will be damned if you guys think that I'm going to be disappointed or kick you out of a group or block you from a Zoom or whatever. I will never do any of that. I will never do any of that because like Cindy said, it's friendship first. If you guys want to hang out with me on a weekly Zoom because you're friends with me and you don't really care about coaching, fine, hop on. It's great to have you. But if you really want to do something with your business, you got to be honest with yourself. And you got to say, hey, I fell 4 steps back, but I'm ready to run full force. I'm ready to get back up on my feet. Because, you know, I don't know if any of you guys have been in this situation, but I have had a couple of coaches where they're like, they have me crying with their why they want to sign up as a coach. And it like kills me. It gives me goosebumps. Like they have to rearrange their lives. And like I had to do when I signed up as a coach, like I was saying, I used to hold my breath in the grocery line to make sure that my transaction would go through. And at the time, TurboFire was $205. You throw $205 bill at somebody that's already in debt over their heads, shit's going to hit the fan and they're going to tell you no. But I rearranged things in my life, and I'm not saying don't ever suggest someone do this, but I was late on a few bills to get that. Cindy, don't judge, Miss Accountant Lady. But I was, and like I said, please don't ever suggest that or share that part of my story, whatever. But like I'm
glad you paid your bills late because then it made me sign up seeing your TurboFire results.
Oh, thank you. That's besides the point. But like I knew like I was willing to do anything because like I said, I needed something in my life. And I don't know if she's on here. I'm not even going to mention her name, but I had a coach that was so dedicated to signing up, she could not afford it. She pawned her wedding ring because she knew that it would help her with that fire in her belly to continue and bust her ass in her business when she first signed up because she wanted her wedding ring back. Is that dedication? That's crazy. Did she lose that fire? Did you lose that fire? Because I tell you this, you guys, this is a roller coaster. I'm not going to tell you that coaching is all butterflies and rainbows and gumdrops because it's not. And one of the biggest things that Beachbody could provide for you or suggest is personal development because it is an emotional roller coaster. Transformation in general is an emotional roller coaster. Coming from someone who used to be obese, the mindset has been the hardest thing to change. I could drop 130 pounds in 4 years. My mind can't change for shit until personal development came into play. It sucks, guys. And I'm not telling you it's easy. I'm not always posting like, oh my God, my life is great. I will post you when I'm eating my feelings because I had a shitty day. I'm not going to lie. And it sucks because sometimes we don't realize it, but we're taking it personal when someone says no to coaching or no to a challenge group. Why are you taking it personal? It has nothing to do with you. It has something to do with them. Just like when I asked you or Michelle asked you or Cindy asked you or whoever asked you about joining in on whatever they were offering. It wasn't because of them. They weren't like, oh, Alicia, you'd make my challenge group look good, girl. You should come join me. No, they were providing you with something. And it was about you. So when you're talking to other people, think a bit about it as them. But you can't go in it with a negative mindset like, oh, they're not going to want to hang out. Or, yeah, they're not going to want to hang out with me. They're not going to want to sign up with me. They're not going to want to weekly Zoom with me. Why wouldn't they? Because all you guys are freaking rock stars. All you guys are freaking awesome. Right? You
Can
guys,
yeah,
Kristen. What?
I gotta say something to this, because this is actually something that I don't even know why I started doing this, but I started doing it. I've actually started telling people that. Like, yeah, and you get me as your freaking awesome coach for life, basically. Yeah. Like, you can't get rid of me if you, like, try. Right. Like, and I've, like, literally been saying that to people, and people are like, well, I think that's the best part of this whole thing. You know, I mean, like, you just gotta say, you know, I mean, you guys see this. Like, I always think, like, if I could totally bottle up, like, everything that's happened because of Beachbody in my life for the last 3 years, like, not just, you know, the income and, like, the things that people see as, like, the business side, but, like, the amazing friendships that I've had. Like, I'm a total tomboy. Like, I've never really had girlfriends. And this is sorry, Rocky, I know you're, like, the only dude on here, right? Where are you? I don't even see your face there. He's used to, he's always on our Zooms on Tuesdays. So he's, like, the only guy with all these ladies.
He's a lucky fella.
I know. He's like, he could totally hang. But, you know, it's like, I've never had these girlfriends, and I have, like, this basic, you know, clan of girlfriends that I could, like, take over the world with practically, you know, and guy friends. Right? There we go. You know, but it's like, I mean, if I could bottle that up and, like, just say, here, try some of this, you know, like, literally drinking the Kool-Aid, right? I mean, like, they would be like, oh, they would see rainbows and unicorns and, like,
right,
whatever, mermaids and all kinds of things, you know, because it's like that. I mean, and I think that anyone here, I mean, I think every single one of us has, like, experienced that, right? Am I right? Right? You guys have your own, I mean, it may not be the exact same version as mine, but it's like the community that you have is, like, you know, and that's, like, something. So, you know, I tell people that. I literally tell them that. And it's like, I think people respond really well to that, because it's like, you know, you do want them to be, if you think they're awesome, tell them they're awesome and say, you are so awesome. I want you to be on my team. You know, I want you to come join me. I want to help you because you're awesome. And I think I can help you. Right.
Because I'm awesome and I can help you.
Because I'm totally awesome. There's so much freaking personal development that I am freaking awesome in my own mind. I don't care what anyone else thinks right now at this point. Like, I'm just awesome.
Everything is awesome.
Yeah. Good. Sorry. But, you know. Right? Everyone here is awesome.
I agree. Right? Right, guys? Right?
And if you didn't nod, then you need to do more personal development.
That's right. Or nod bigger.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So here's the thing, guys. I know some of you are brand spanking new and may have not even got through a training yet, and that's okay. But some of you I've seen lately, and this may be a common thing with everybody. So some people say they have a hard time recruiting coaches. Who has a hard time feeling like they have a hard time recruiting coaches? So everyone besides Rebecca and Shantae? Okay, so next week you guys are going to recruit to 10, right? Shantae and Rebecca? Okay, here's the thing about recruiting coaches. Like Cindy said, if you see something awesome in someone, Why not ask them? If you see something that someone has, like a characteristic that you would want as a part of your team, why not ask them? Don't be afraid of them saying no. Because remember, it's not about you. So don't take it personal. But do you see all the awesomeness that you're withholding from them if you don't ask them? It could be an end to their struggles. It could be the beginning of some crazy, amazing happiness that they've never felt before in their life. They may not know what Beachbody is. They may not know anything about it. They may not even think they'd be good at it. But it doesn't mean that they don't deserve the opportunity. And I know that when we get in a funk, the last thing that we want to do is talk to people. I mean, I know when I'm Debbie Downer and I want to eat my feelings with a big pizza and an Angry Orchard, that the last thing I want to do is reach out and be like, hey, you want to join my cool team? Because I feel like shit right now. Do you want to feel like shit with me? But that's when you guys reach out. This is why we have community. We are family. I cannot stress this enough, you guys. I'm sorry, Rocky.
You're going to make Rocky cry, and then I'm going to take a screenshot.
But I'm telling you guys, we are family. And I've been through crazy ups and downs with my family, and I would never regret a second of it. This family is like blood. We are there for each other through thick and thin. And when you're having a shitty day, you reach out to somebody, because I promise you, the second you reach out, you will feel 100% better. Because we all have heart. We all know what it feels like to struggle. That's why we're coaches. We all had shitty things happen in our lives. None of us have a perfect life. But that doesn't mean that we need to pretend, or we need to fake the funk, or we need to act like we don't need anybody when we're hurting, because that's not true. And you will not get better unless you reach out. So if you're feeling down, do not hesitate. Do not be afraid to ask for help. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you stubbed your toe or if your dog is dying. Like, reach out. I'm telling you, you can ask Cindy. Like, although I'm her upline, I reach out a shit ton to her. Because like she said, I love the fact that she said friendship first. And if you're negative, if you're in a negative mindset, your business is going to crash. Your relationships are going to crash. Your life is going to crash. You didn't sign up as a coach to live a negative life. You wanted your life to become better. Am I right? Now I want you guys to look around you. If you have a multiple screen like I do, look at all these amazing faces on here. Look at everybody. And this isn't even like a 16th of our team or 1/200th or whatever. But you guys know what I mean. Like, look at all the amazing faces that could just provide a smile on your face. Like, get on a freaking Zoom with someone. Be goofy. Like, put on some crazy glasses or something. I don't know. Like, maybe you need to cheer somebody up. Yeah, see, Cindy's looking for a prop.
I'm looking for something. All I found was a weapon. Who had a weapon the other day on your guys? Like, I know. Oh, she's got another one. Look at her. I'm going to one up you here with my whatever letter opener. Oh, look at.
Okay, don't go to them if you guys.
I got two. Like, I'm a ninja.
But what I'm saying is, when you're having a hard time in your business, and I know we all do, I know we all don't sign up and we all start becoming like recruiting rock stars, like 10 coaches this week and 10 coaches that week, because that doesn't happen. That's not life. It would be too easy. If it does happen, then you would need to host this Zoom for us and teach us all your ways. But if it doesn't happen, then a lot of the times we start getting down on ourselves because it feels like something that we're doing or we're not doing. That's when you need to reach out, and that's when you need someone to help you or do something. Like, if communication is not your thing, I know that some people, like Allison, my upline, she is very quiet and she likes to do things on her own. But one thing I know that she likes to do is go for a drive with the windows rolled down and the music blasting. And maybe that's something that you need to do. Do something that you know could put a smile on your face. If it's retail therapy, if it's getting a foot massage, if it's playing basketball, whatever it is, or reach out to a friend, or just be honest in a group and say, I'm having a shitty day. I need someone to lift me up. And you will get a jackhammer of comments of amazing people. I don't know why I used a jackhammer.
Me either. That's kind of dirty.
But you will get.
My mind went somewhere totally different. I'm sorry.
Knock it off.
Sorry.
But you will get people helping to pick you up. And the reason I talk about that is because, like I said, this business has its ups and downs. But don't be afraid of reaching out at the time where you feel like you need help. And I know sometimes, Cindy.
I'm sorry. I am trying not to laugh. I have like this horrible now scenario that's come into my mind. I'm sorry.
I apologize, guys, for Cindy's irrational behavior.
I'm just trying to imagine what a jackhammer of comments would even look like.
Like, just like, I don't know, like, I'm just imagining like people like on the keyboard, you know? Just stop. We're above that, or we're beyond that.
I know, I'm sorry.
So I want you guys to think to yourself, and I'm going to mute Cindy before she makes any more. I got you. Don't undo it. Don't undo it. I got you. Now, I want you guys to sit there and think to yourself, what do I want out of this? Like, honestly, there is no wrong answer. I can't stress you guys enough. Because like I said, if you just want to be a friendly face on a weekly Zoom, we would love to see your face. I don't care. This is not my business. It's your business. If you just want to join me on a weekly Zoom, that would add to my business because I get to see your face. Unless you interrupt me all the time like Cindy. Just kidding. But now I want you guys, so what do you want in this business? Now I want you guys to think to yourself, do my actions show that I'm working towards what I want? Or am I waiting for something to happen? And if so, what is it? And be honest. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? This is your business, guys. You can do with it whatever you want. And I am not one of those coaches who is going to push and prod. You could ask Cindy. I learned the hard way. I did a little managing in my day, and I hated it. I will never, ever, ever be a Wednesday night checker coach. Ever. And for those of you who don't know what that means, it means a coach that's always in their online office on Wednesday night to make sure that everyone's where they need to be. So everyone's at the rank that they need to be, or everyone's at this. What I want to be is that coach that's going to help you guys get to where you want to be and how you want to get there. I don't care if you want to go at a snail's pace or what's fast, a cheetah's pace. Wow. But I'm with you. And so is your upline, whoever it is. But it's up to you to actually put in the work. And it's up to you to actually read and implement personal development, because that's going to get you to a positive place mentally, which will in turn get you to a positive place physically. Mind blown. Okay. That's it. Do you guys have any questions? You guys are just in awe of everything, right? Oh, Rebecca's mind's blown.
I don't have so much a question, just more of like, I needed to hear that shit tonight.
Oh,
I love you, my Brit. I unmuted myself.
it's good to see your face, my Brett.
Love you too. You both made me cry.
We love you.
Thank you.
Oh. I hope this was something that you guys needed to hear. Uh-oh, Carla was going to say something until Brandon, get out of here. Oh, was that not Brandon? Uh-oh, now I'm yelling at her kids. Oh, no.
Oh, wait.
Don't do it. Oh, maybe she's not muting it. Unmuting herself. She was muting. Okay. So, who feels like uh-oh. Who feels like they could do more in their business? Honestly. Because I do too. I'm going to be honest. Good. Who feels like there's something that's got to change and it starts with them? I hope you guys realize, like, this is not, like, I've tried to do a tough love call before, and it was kind of vaguely around the same topic, but I'm not a tough love kind of person. Like, ask Stephanie. Like, I tried, and I couldn't do it. But what I can do is get emotional, because that's the kind of person I am. It's not faking the fun. I ain't sugarcoating anything. I either make you laugh or I make you cry. There's no tough love. Stop it, Cindy.
You're going to cry everyone into working. This is what's going to happen. Everyone's going to get so emotional. They're just going to, I got to get to work.
I hope not.
That is what you did to me, I think. That was, I think it was, because it was like, get into this group. No, I'm just going to make you cry. And in those tears, you will see the future. Your destiny.
Well, whatever.
Very good technique. It is very good. It's effective.
I just want you guys, so here's one more thing that I have to pass on. You have to treat your coaches differently. And all your coaches, they're going to have likes like you have, like characteristics that you have, but they're not all going to be the same. And at first, when I started coaching, and I could honestly say this because none of them are on here, but when I first started coaching, I got so mad at my first coaches because they didn't have the same motivation like I did. And I'm like, what do you mean you need me to help you? What do you mean I need to show you this? What do you mean? Like, why can't you do like I did and go for it? Like, I didn't have anything in front of me. I had to go for everything. And so I was like, what do these people need? I don't know. Like, why can't they be like me? But now, like Stephanie, I think we were talking, sorry for calling you out. But like, each coach is different. And some coaches need a little bit more hand-holding, and that's fine. Some coaches go balls to the wall and surpass you, and that's fine. Some coaches lose that fire and they need help rebuilding that fire. Every coach is different. And when you sign on new coaches, get to know them. Get to know them before you sign up. Know what helps them. Know what they want if their fire burns out, so you know what to provide. But in the end, they also have to know that it's their business. Like, you can't always keep going to someone and be like, okay, what are you doing today? You doing this? You gonna join me? Yada, yada, yada. This is a duplication effect to you guys. You can have that fire. If it goes out, we can help you kickstart that fire. Hey, I just did, what is that called? Where you like talk about a brand or a product?
I don't know. I just say, see what I did there.
Oh.
Then people get it. I don't even know what it is.
Well, I'm not Cindy, so I won't say that. I'm just going to say some bad English or something.
Dare you?
See what I did there?
Oh. Can you see this in the Zoom or not? Sorry,
Anyways.
flipped you off.
But, is that what that was? But, so you can have that fire. You can lose that fire. You can reach out and help rebuild that fire. And the same thing goes for your coaches and their coaches and their coaches. But I want you guys to realize it starts with you. Right now, moving forward, no matter where you are at in your business or your journey, you guys need to realize that it's up to you. And I really appreciate you all getting on tonight. Lovely to see all your faces.
You're all right.
You're all right.
You're all right, Vicki. Yeah, I was gonna. Okay, can I just add on that real quick about the? Okay.
Yes.
No, about the, about you saying that you wanted coaches, because I think you were like that with me a little bit in the beginning, because I signed up pretty soon. It's like, not knowing what to do right out of the get-go. And I think that, like, I've kind of taken that different mentality of, because I knew there was nothing that you could do to motivate me, and I had to learn that the hard way. And with my own coaches, who a couple of them are on here, I tell my coaches the same thing that you also tell me, that is like, I'll meet you halfway, no matter what your goal is. If you're ready to go slow, I'll pace that. But if you're ready to go fast, I'll pace that. And I think it's really important that, like, all of our coaches, and when we go forward with any of your downline or your coaches, as you get new coaches, how many times did I just say coaches? Like 10 times, right? In one sentence.
Cherokee's like, yep.
I know, my brain's like, wait, it stopped working. Hold on a second. It's like processing. But it's like, I think there's a part of me where I don't push my coaches like that. I don't do that Wednesday evening thing too. And I'll never call my coaches and say, well, I'll let them know if they're going to go inactive or something like that. But it's like, I'm not asking them for their power hour. I'm not asking them if they're doing all their power hour, because I know that you asked me that question a million times, and I don't know how many times I lied to you about it, and said, well, or like, oh yeah, I'm working on it. I'm getting there. But because I know that no matter how many times you ask me that, it didn't mean anything to me until I wanted to do it.
Right.
And so the same thing goes with my coaches, is I'm never going to harass my coaches or get on them. I mean, if they want to be in an amazing training and they ask for that accountability, I'm there and I'm on it. But it's like, yeah, you have to do it for yourself, and you have to make that decision that you want it more than you don't want it. And it doesn't take a lot of work. It just takes showing up and doing that work consistently. There's my daughter.
So, Cindy, I actually have a question for you.
That's my Brit, Cindy.
You mentioned, like, just feeling irritated and I guess frustrated. Sorry, I'm like, sorry. But I was wondering what PD helped you, because I feel like I read PD all the time, and I still can't shake this feeling that I have. So I'm looking for some recommendations, and I feel like I just keep getting the same stuff, which I've read several times. And, well, anyone that has feedback on some PD would be nice.
I'm going to warn you that my daughter is now going poop in the bathroom behind us, just so you know. Like, that's why I muted myself, so I was hesitating to turn it back on. She's yelling about it, so, parenthood. For me, like, there was like a literal turning point when I read a couple of Brian Tracy books, No Excuses by Brian Tracy and Eat That Frog. But I literally, I'll tell you, like right before I went diamond, like I was like, Vicki didn't even know. I wasn't even in a push to diamond group or anything like that. And I read those two books, and sorry, there's toilet flushing. I'm really sorry, you guys. It's ridiculous. And I literally stopped inviting people. I stopped even, because I was doing my power hour. That was when I was more consistent. And then I literally would spend like 2 hours, 3 hours a day on personal development. And it wasn't just reading it. It was like Vicki said, it was implementing it. It was like, I had read No Excuses before by Brian Tracy, and in the end of every chapter, he has you actually do an exercise. And I was always the type of person that I would read personal development and I would go like, you know, when they tell you like, okay, stop, set this book down right now and do this exercise. No, really, stop and set it down. I'd be like, whatever, you know, and I would turn the page and go on to the next chapter. And so I think that like that, and now whenever I do any kind of personal development that has that, that's what I do is I literally have, you know, I have like my book, my highlighter, and I kind of have a ritual about it. And I do it first thing in the morning. Vicki and I have a very similar schedule. I get up in the morning and that's the first thing I do. And I do it when it's quiet before everyone else in my house wakes up. And that way I know it gets done. And I just was talking to Michelle about this earlier today. It's like, I will miss my workout and I will miss my power hour, but I will not miss my personal development because that's something that has changed my life, like beyond measure. And I'll share with you something here that, you know, only a couple of coaches on here, but like, I mean, like literally right at that same time, like before I went diamond, like my marriage like was so crazy. Like, I mean, Nick and I like love each other, but like we were like total strangers. Like it was like literally living with a roommate. Like we had our daughter go away and our kids go away for the first time. And I mean, Vicki knows this, like literally like we didn't even know how to act around each other, like at all. You know, and like that also changed like that personal development and that like immersing myself in personal development and changing me, no matter who else was going to change in my life. Like I knew that it had to start with me and just finding that and finding something that connects with you. Like me, my downfall, my weakness is excuses. I'm a procrastinator. I procrastinate. It drives my husband nuts. Right? Like I get focused and I'll say, oh, I'm going to go do this. I have all these things I'm going to do and I'm going to take on this stuff. And then I get overwhelmed and I don't do anything. Like literally throw up my hands and I'm like, I'm not going to do anything. Right? So like, that's where my focus was on PD because that was my weakness in my business, right? My business was, I don't know. I think I heard Meg Wazinski say it on the National Wake Up Call once. She was saying that like working your business is like the whole apple a day keeps the doctor away. Right? You know, that's cliche or whatever. If you eat an apple a day, it keeps the doctor away, it'll keep you healthy, right? But you would never eat 7 apples on Sunday and expect the same results. Yet that's what we do a lot as coaches. We don't do our power hour for a whole week. And then we think, oh, I have Sunday off. I'm going to do my power 7 hours or whatever. I'm going to message like 50 people or 100 people. And then Monday comes and you're like getting all these messages back and you're so overwhelmed that you're like, whoa, I can't even deal with this. And it's like over. Right. And so like, that's kind of the way I worked. And so I think finding out what, you know, you got to look inside yourself and find out what's like not working for you, you know? And I mean, I wish I had something better to say because it's like, we're also individual, right? We have so many different unique traits and issues in our own lives. And there is personal development for everything one of those. Like, I'm so grateful for personal development. I never did it for like 2 years, even though Vicki and everyone else said too. I fought it.
She was a rebel.
I thought it was hokey. I'm totally a science person. And I mean, I know you are too, my Britt. Like, I know you're a total science nerd like me. And like, I was like, this is some hoo-ha shit. Right. And I was like, I cannot deal with the hoo-has. Like I was just, that's how I was. I was like, I can't do the woo-woo stuff.
Yeah.
You said hoo-has and woo-woos.
Did I say hoo-ha? Did I really say hoo-ha? Is that why people are laughing so hard? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Whatever. I didn't mean that kind of hoo-ha. I meant, you know.
You thought my jackhammering comment was weird? Oh
this is why we're friends. See, we speak in weird, vague sexual acronyms. It's like bizarre, huh? I know. In business reference. This is why we're not in a boardroom. We're on a Zoom for Beachbody.
This is why we're awesome, and this is our business.
Yes, because this is work. Isn't that crazy? Right? It's
Margaret, awesome. You've read The Gift of Imperfection, right?
Yeah, several times.
Yeah, that's a good book. I like that too.
So I wanted to, hi, my Britt.
Hi.
I wanted to just piggyback on what Cindy said because it's the same thing that I deal with. And Weston's screaming in the other room. So sorry, guys. you know, for me, it was the same thing. And I think, you know, it was right about the time that Cindy was finally getting back in the groove of things that I was starting to fall out of my groove. And, you know, I reached out to Cindy and I was a hot mess. And in fact, I reached out to a few other coaches as well. And I just could not figure it out. And I will never, ever forget the moment that Cindy messaged me and she said, so you're reading your PD, but are you implementing it? And I was like, crap. No. She totally knew what the issue was because she's been there, because she's totally been down that road. And I think that that's part of the beauty of some of what we do as coaches is the fact that, you know, we kind of have to go through some shit first so that we can help our coaches when they start going through that shit too. So we know what the triggers are. We know what the signs are. So we can say, hey, this is what I think might help. And since I've been dialing back, because I was like, oh my gosh, Scotty Hobbs reads 52 books a year. I'm going to try that. Yeah, not so much. So, because I'm not that person. Like, I was the same way. Like Cindy said, she would get to that point in the PD where it's like, stop and do the assignment. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I already figured it out. So I keep going. Well, no, not really. I just stop and go back and do the stupid assignment. So that's what I'm doing now too. And since I started doing that, I've started to see an upswing in my business again, and not just in my, but in my coaches and the way that they are, you know, figuring things out and whether or not they want to really go with this or not. Everybody's kind of evaluating at this point. And not only that, but I have to tell you, my Britt, that I am so much more content at home, just like in my space. Because I don't know if you know, but I homeschool. So that's really chaotic in my house too, because I have kids that are toddlers and teenagers. And so it's really, really tough because all of that, as you can see, there's no door on my office. So people are in and out all the time and you can hear everything that goes on. So I feel like for a while I was making the excuse that, you know, well, I'm homeschooling. So there's all these interruptions and I have to deal with my kids and I have to deal with this and the phone's always ringing. And the truth is that I just wasn't implementing my PD. And I think that when you find a book, the other thing that I was going to tell you is that when I was listening to the Entrepreneur Roller Coaster, seriously, when Darren Hardy said, when you find something that's working for you, do it again and again and again. Rinse and repeat is what he calls it. And just keep doing it over until it's a habit for you, till it's a way of life for you. And that's basically what we do with Beachbody too. Oh, I heard that, Cindy. Everybody drink their water.
Drink their water. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought it was needed.
You know, and that's what it is. It's just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again until it's a lifestyle, just like we do with our workouts, just like we do with our nutrition, just like we tell our clients and our coaches to do. We've got to do the same thing with our personal development.
I think you guys have kind of nailed it. Like, I listen to a bunch of shit, but I don't do anything with it.
Do you only do audios?
No, I have been more lately just because my commute is at least half an hour each way. So I'm spending minimum of an hour in the car a day, which was just listening to bullshit on the radio, which was a waste of my time. So I started listening to audio, but then I was like, oh, well, if I'm doing my PD in the car, then I don't have to read it.
Yeah, like for me, like I was just reading this article about how our brains process audio differently than when we sit and read a physical book. And like, so, and I totally feel that way too. Like, I mean, I love audio and I listen. I mean, I really kind of do immerse myself in PD all day long. I actually, you know, I consider my PD time in the morning and I actually am reading a book. So I do physical reading at that point, and that's when I have I like literally have my diary thing that's my goals and my mantras, and then it's also my PD work that I have next to it, and it's all in this journal all together. And it's kind of a ritual that I have because I sit in the same spot, I drink my coffee, it's like this, and it kind of sets me up like for a good day. And I know if I don't do it and I wait to do my PD, my day is off. It's like the weirdest thing in the world. But, and then I save my audio for when I'm doing other things, because like our brain, you have to be doing like mindless activities in order for audio to process, which is like randomly that why driving, right? Because driving really shouldn't be a mindless activity, but for some reason it is once you learn how to drive, right? I mean, it's like, hello, you're driving a deadly vehicle, but whatever. But like, you're so like for like when I am driving or like doing other things like my accounting work, which I consider mindless activity as well. Like I listen to podcasts, right? So I listen to not audiobooks, but I listen to short like snippets of detail. So like things that are 10 minutes, 20 minutes, like not like a long book that has to have processing steps and stuff. And then like I'll stop and I'll post something in my team page, or I'll write something down, a note from it, but it's not something that would have like necessarily a physical exercise like a lot of PD would. And then like, when you're doing other things, like when I message people, like I can't process information in while I'm trying to process information out. So like when I'm doing my actual physical daily tasks of my power hour, I listen to really good music, right? I listen to music that makes me feel amazing. And that's like sets me up for a good mood for when like I'm messaging people. It's like that's like it puts me in that good environment that I want to project onto the people that I'm actually talking to. So that's kind of how I break mine down. I literally break it down into 3 different types of, I think of all those as PD though, which is kind of,
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, it is. It's just different ways of getting it. And I used to be more of a reader, and I feel like I felt better when I was actually reading more of it, because I'm like you, like I would get out my notepad and my notes and my highlighters, and I'd be writing in the margins and taking notes and all that. And I don't do that anymore.
Yeah. I think your mind, I mean, this article is amazing. Like I'll try to find it and post it in the group, but it was like amazing how it actually talked about how our brains actually literally process information differently versus reading it versus audio. Because I know a lot of coaches, like they don't like to read. And so they'll say, well, I do my PD, it's only audio, but then they're constantly struggling with the same things. And I think that could have an effect on it. Like it's just not, your body's not absorbing it. Your mind's not absorbing it the way it's meant to be absorbed, I guess. I don't know. Someone writes a book for a reason, right? For us to read it, not to listen to it. I don't know.
I was going to say the same thing. I do the same thing as Cindy does. I do my reading first thing in the morning, and then I have different podcasts that I listen to, and I only listen to my audiobooks when I'm like long distance driving, and I do a lot of that because I live so remotely, but or when I'm really, have no other distractions, so that I can actually, absorb it and hear what it has to say. And there will even be times where I will stop my audiobook and I will just let myself process what I heard. So that might be something that might help you too.
Can I say something really quick?
Yes, of course.
I think I'm kind of like, sometimes my mindset gets me out of the loop. I'm 47. My kids are grown. I'm a grandma. So sometimes it gets kind of weird to ask you guys for help, because I'm the old lady here. So, like geriatric kind of thing, get the walker soon. So it's kind of hard to figure out what I'm going to do because of this chapter in my life, if that makes sense and stuff. And you guys are all awesome and stuff, but sometimes I feel kind of, no, you're the old hag, you got the wrinkles, you got the gray hair, you got the skunk stripe going on.
My hair is 90% silver, first of all, just so you know. This is all fake. So I have a suggestion for you, because I'm 39, so I'm one of the closest people on here, but I would suggest following coaches that are your age, because like Christine Dwyer and Janelle Summers, they're all in their mid 40s. They're all 46, 45, right? Yeah. And they all have, and these are people who are top coaches that are on our team. And they have all had corporate careers. Their kids are in high school or older, and they're working every day, Beachbody businesses and stuff like that. So maybe something like that would be helpful to you, is to follow some of them. And if you're not feeling like you can relate or.
But I'm going to tell you, Lori, when you said because I know what you mean when you say it's hard to reach out to younger people, but I'm going to tell you, some people have a hard time reaching out for help in general. And I know someone in particular that knows what I'm talking about, But sometimes we have like this control thing about ourselves. Like, I should know this, or I should be doing this already. So what's going to happen? What are they going to think about me if I ask, how do I do this? Or how can I improve on this? Because I should know this by now. It's that controlling part of us. And I think it's a woman thing. Rocky may correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe men do this too. Maybe that's why you guys don't ask for directions. Oh, so it is for everybody. But it's a controlling thing. But the great thing about this is we're not judgmental. We don't care. You know, we may guide you in the right direction where you can find something, or maybe send you something that could help you better than we can help you ourselves. But there's no harm ever in asking for help. Ever. Yeah?
Thanks. I was muted. I have family over and my husband keeps on burping and I really don't want to share that with y'all, okay?
I called at the beginning of the call.
And look, we all have this craziness going on in our houses. Like, see? No one's judging.
And by the way, this call has went over half an hour and it's all Cindy's fault. So all you guys could blame Cindy.
Oh, really quick, Cindy. You said procrastination. Girl, I'm like the queen. I've had a little more experience, like 10 plus. What are some good books for procrastination? Because I will see in my mind, okay, Lori, you need to do this. No, the computer's too far away, even though it's like a hop, skip, and a jump.
Eat that frog and kiss the frog.
Eat that frog.
And kiss the frog.
Eat that frog, okay.
And also,
kiss that frog.
No, I haven't read Kiss That Frog, but that's by the same person. They're both by Brian Tracy. Yep. And he also has a really amazing book called No Excuses. And it basically breaks down like the excuses that we make in all areas of our life, right? Not just business, but like, fitness and money and parenting and everything. So it's like a really multifaceted, book that, and there are exercises at the end of each chapter, which I like doing that book. Cause
who's the guy again?
Brian
Tracy.
And I'll have to check the author. I can post it in the group. But as a true procrastinator, I have not finished this book yet. I started it a freaking year ago. Called Breaking the Procrastination Habit.
I haven't read that.
Literally, that's what it's called. Find it. There's a different version of it that's like the not made for Barnes and Noble's version. Apparently the version I have is made specifically for Barnes and Noble's to publish. But anyway, there's another version. If you look it up, you'll find it. I'll post it in the group. But I got like halfway through that thing and there's like quizzes and stuff. Like you have to go through an 80 question thing and like A, B, C, or D, like describe what you think it is, and it breaks it down and calls you out on your bullshit. And it's like, you're procrastinating here and here and here, and this is what you need to do. And it was a rude awakening that I wasn't quite ready for yet, but I highly recommend it. Like I've actually bought it for Brie Danielson. I don't think she's on here tonight, but I got it for her because we both have a really bad procrastination problem. And yeah, we both haven't finished it, but if you can get through it as a procrastinator.
Ironically, that's the one thing I don't procrastinate on is books. Like that's the only thing in my life. Like I would rather not do housework and put everything aside and sit in a corner and read the rest of the day.
But that's the personal development that you should be reading when you get to that point in that book and you're like, oh shit, I can't read this anymore because it is talking to you.
Yeah, we actually just had that conversation in our leadership group, the Misfit leadership group, earlier this week about personal development, and all these people were saying like some people were struggling with financial books, some people were struggling with leadership books, and they were saying, I can't get into that leadership stuff. And Andrea's like, that means you need to read it. If you can't get into it and you can't read it and process it, then you need to do it.
Hold on. Old lady moment. Earlier this week, I thought this was Monday.
Oh, I'm sorry. Last week.
Oh, thank you.
I live in a space-time continuum. I was going to say another really good book that I really loved that like totally changed the way I looked at everything is The 15 Laws of Invaluable Growth by John Maxwell. And, I think that's what kind of changed my mindset. What you were talking about what were you talking about? Like how it's like ingrained in us. Like, was that you, Vicki, or was it Steph? Who was it?
How what is ingrained in us?
Like how, you know, it's like we develop those habits, like, and it becomes like a part of us, like the personal development or like our workouts do. Was that you? They just said that? Yeah? Stephanie? Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, so sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm tired. So like, yeah, so I mean, that's so true. And like that book, that the 15 Laws of Invaluable Growth really like made it into, you know, because I used to dread doing my personal development. It was something that I would be like, I gotta do like Eeyore, you know, gotta do my personal development now. Like I gotta put that time in. And that book, like he talks about having a growth plan for life and how if you want to be successful and not just Beachbody, it has nothing to, you know, I mean, put Beachbody to the side, right? If you want to be successful as a wife, as a mother, as a grandparent, as, you know, as anything you want to do in your own life, you have to be growing because your life will only go as far as you grow. Like, I mean, you will be here and you want to live this life that's epic and it's up here, but you're never going to be able to do it if you're not going to pass that growth level. And so he talked about this lifelong like plan of growth that he has for his life and how he had met a mentor that had ingrained that in him. And that's kind of how I look at the personal development now. It's like, I don't look at it as just the, you know, just my 10 minutes of PD in the morning that I'm required to do or something like that. You know, it's something that I want to grow I want to be a better mom. I want to be a better coach. I want to be a better, you know, wife. I want to be a better, you know, leader for my team and stuff. And so that's kind of how I approach it now is like I absorb it from any place I can possibly get it from. But that's a good book.
Thank you.
I will stop talking.
I wanted to apologize for anyone that watches this recording. I've gotten 26 messages saying that people tried to hop on and it was full. So I apologize. I guess it pays to be an early bird, huh, everybody? That just means you guys are uber dedicated.
I didn't know you could even fill up a Zoom.
Apparently we did.
That's pretty awesome.
And I even upgraded. So yay, we limited we
broke the Zoom.
we broke
the Zoom internet with your tears.
It was my jackhammer comment.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to, since you guys have already been on here for an hour, I'm going to let everyone get off and Chelsea put the baby to bed. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. It means a great deal to me that you guys took the time out. But remember, it is not about me. It's about you. So if you guys need help. What? Did I just hear myself? I was talking to myself. I don't know what happened. Kristen. Okay. Anyways. Thank you guys. Love you all. Sorry if there was too many tears for you. Yes. Thank you for sharing your BLT with us, Carla. It was tasty.
I know. I want a BLT now.
Thanks for putting up with us, Rocky.
Thank you, Vicky, for having us.
Of course.
Thank you.
Oh, and by the way, I want you guys, if you guys have that fire again, I want you guys to tell yourself, if you are missing this summit, that this will be the only summit you miss ever. Because I told myself the first year that I was a coach, I missed that summit. And there was like 10 coaches on our team that went. I wanted to be one of those 10 coaches so bad. I was so miserable when I saw everyone taking photos and all this fun they were having. And I told myself that was going to be the only year I ever missed summit. Until this day, it has only been the only year that I missed summit. So I want you guys to be sure that if you tell yourself that you stick to that promise to yourself. Don't lie to yourself.
I went through that. Last year was my first year as a coach, and I said that was the only year I was going to miss. And guess who's getting on a plane Wednesday and going to Summit?
I hope it's going to be somewhere really awesome because Nashville. Oh, why did Nashville have to be this year?
Actually, we are contracted with Nashville for the next 3 years.
Really?
So it's super hot 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
So you get to come, Krista. Next year, you'll be in Nashville.
Holy crap. That's so far. I don't fly.
Oh,
Wait, Kristen, where do you live? Are you local?
Yeah, she lives in
Skagit.
Oh, you do? Oh, that's cool.
well, I would suggest that we could road trip it like we did one year to Vegas, but Nashville is a little bit
far. I'll just sedate myself and
yeah, I'll give you a bunch of Valium or like give you a Bloody Mary early in the morning.
I have a giant minivan.
No,
We could all road trip down.
bad idea. We hate each other.
rotating drive shifts.
Okay, we're getting off. Everyone, have a great night. Love you all.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.